Am I the arsehole? For nuking my niece's social media accounts? So, a couple of weeks ago I am 35 had my sister F39 and her family including niece, F11 over for a barbecue. We had a pretty good time, with the exception of niece who was pretty much constantly on her phone recording TikToks. Slightly annoying but ultimately not my kid, not my problem. I've talked to my sister a while ago about being careful what niece is putting online, protecting her identity etc. My sister brushed it off, saying that niece was sensible enough not to do anything stupid. I figure I'd try and bridge the gap, so I ask niece what she's recording. It's a TikTok. You're old, you wouldn't get it. I work in tech, so it's not like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I decide to let it slide and do some digging later. Turns out niece has used her full government name to register for TikTok, with links to her public Instagram with the same name, so I did what any reasonable person would do, reported everything for being under 13. Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, everything I could find. With the nature of TikTok trends, some of the stuff on there was stuff that 11-year-olds probably shouldn't be doing, and definitely shouldn't be recording. Fast forward to today. Sister calls me and asks me if I can have a look at niece's iPad. Apparently she can't log into any of her accounts and she's having a meltdown about it. I talk her through it and it quickly becomes apparent that the accounts are blocked and asking for ID. I'm in two minds whether to tell her it was me that reported the account or just tell her to submit the ID knowing it'll get niece permabanned. So, am I the arsehole? For nuking my niece's social media? Not the arsehole, but don't tell them it was you. Just say someone must have reported her for breaking toes and being underage. That it was you is not relevant, because it should have been someone and unfortunately you had to step up. Edit, you know what? Don't even say it was someone. Say she got flagged because she's not supposed to be on those sites. Maybe explain some of the privacy laws governing it and show her the toes. Not the arsehole, and don't knock yourself out to the family. You did more to protect this child than her own parents care to. In the days of hacking, online bullying, and human trafficking, these kids really do not grasp the full dangers that their online presence can bring them. Apparently her parents also have an issue grasping this. Not the arsehole. I really wouldn't fess up to this. Your family will disown you. As far as I can tell, you have done the right thing to protect your niece. Your sister has no idea how crazy TikTok and Instagram could be. The amount of misinformation, dangerous challenges and hacks, and creeps that lurk in any platform really should be a concern for any parent. You never know when it begins, you just know it when it's too late. Don't tell that it's you. But you should talk to your sister and niece about protecting their identity online and parent supervision if they insist niece must be back on the platform. I think it's the only compromise I would have agreed on. Not your decision to make, but she was violating toes for being under the minimum age for those apps. Not the arsehole. Not the arsehole. Don't tell her. You were protecting your niece when your sister brushed off any concerns you may have had with regard to online safety. Sister is using the platforms as a convenient distraction for niece. TCs for signing up are there for a reason. Not the arsehole. Take this secret to your grave. My cousin got groomed online at the niece's age. It was pretty bad. You did the right thing, Natar. Not the arsehole. We need more people like you. Keep this one to yourself, Batman. Not the arsehole. You acted in her best interest. The internet is a dangerous place and not one for an unsupervised 11-year-old. Not the arsehole. Honestly, I would tell them she probably got banned for being underage for the apps, but you will look into it. Then come back and tell them that's exactly what happened and the fact that she put all that private info up made it easier to be banned. Then tell them that because she put that up without any privacy setting, it's out there now for anyone to see. That should scare them. What did you accomplish? You nuked her accounts, now what? Back to the, not my kid not my problem mindset? Now she makes new accounts. What are you going to do? Report it again? She'll probably use her full government name on the new accounts and make her rig public again because you aren't bothering to educate or actually help. Just willing to throw water on a grease fire. Not the asshole. I'd admit nothing lol. Not the asshole, but I wouldn't get her permanently banned. You said your sister thought niece was sensible. Could you offer to look at it and then discover that your niece used her full name and whatnot and bring that to sister's attention? I mean, if you are honest here, you are likely to get blamed for interfering. But assuming mom is a good caring mom and just as out of her depth as most of us, she has no idea how vulnerable her daughter is. So mom needs to be a bit more educated and then she can handle her daughter better. Info: why did you not have another conversation with your sister after your due diligence? You're the asshole. While your intentions were good, what happened to not my kid, not my problem? Why did you go with the nuclear option before talking to her parents more? If you showed her some of the statistics on how social media is abused and used for heinous things, I just took a training on this and the numbers are scary. If may have been more productive. With her being banned, she doesn't learn how to maneuver the internet safely. She'll probably just get new accounts under a different name or have a friend do it, or even her parent. You're the asshole. You didn't do it to protect your niece, you did it to get back at her for calling you old. Not the asshole. I'm gonna say the same thing as everyone else. Good move. Apparently you're looking out for her more than her parents. Don't tell them you reported them though. It would cause more headache than necessary. Just inform them that someone did, and it was a valid reason because they don't allow people her age to use the app. Why do you feel it's your duty to save your niece from her terrible mistakes? Why not sit her down and explain, human to human, why it's dangerous to put your own name and teach her about the dangers of the internet? Instead you choose the pettiest route possible of anonymously reporting her and getting every account banned, and now you're wondering if you should face the music or slink off like a coward, sniggering into your hands? Give me a break. I can see you're trying to make out you're the mature one in this, but you're no better than a spoiled 11-year-old. So I did what any reasonable person would do, reported everything for being under 13. No, that's not what a reasonable person will do. Did you even try to talk to her about the dangers of what she's doing first? You're the asshole. Well, if you didn't decide to speak with your sister more because it wasn't your kid and wasn't your problem, then yes, you are being an R because you chose to parent your niece instead of respecting your sister's decision or speaking with her more about the risks. Don't know if you're the asshole, but if you felt you were in the right to do it, then you should be willing to own up to what you did. You're the asshole, massively. You disagree with the parenting, but instead of talking to the actual parents about it, you do something to stop it because you know better. I work in tech. What a knob. Nata, tell her on your deathbed that you were the one that nuked her accounts. It'll be hilarious. You're the asshole. You intervened in your sister's parenting choices without consent based on nothing but your own suspicions about a potential, but not evident, risk. You infantilized your niece and your sister here because you think you know better. Sometimes people need to be trusted, even if that means making their own mistakes. You're going to have to fess up to your sister. God, how could you live with yourself carrying the weight of this subterfuge? Not the asshole. Someone has to look out for niece, if your sister won't. Those age restrictions on social media platforms are there for a reason. Tell them to submit ID. Not the asshole. Take it to the grave, op. You're the asshole. You said it yourself. Not my kid, not my problem. You're the asshole, but more of a cowardly busybody. Give your family the respect of using your words when you disagree with them. I am gonna dissent and go with you're the asshole here. Not your kid. If she has permission from her parents, you are overstepping. It's not your place to make that decision. You brought your concerns up to the parent, and they decided against your counsel. Should have been end of. Kind of a dick move, TBH.